Aquarius, 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 long time no see. I know you're thinking. This is your reading for the year 2023. This is the deck that I've chosen to start out with. It's called, this is an oracle, a huge oracle deck called the Lemurian Star Child Oracle. And I'd like to begin by saying that this is just the tip of the iceberg for this reading. It will be a card I will take from the middle after I finish mixing, and it is a tough mixing here. Then I'll tell you what it says, and of course the information that comes in, and then we'll go on to the other parts of the reading. Aquarius, Aquarius. I know that you're thinking, well, what is she going to say now? How could there possibly be? And what and what and what? Okay, so now I'm getting a lot of cards coming out. So let's take it from the middle. And there you go. This is a well of dreams. Well of dreams. A well is a source where water comes. A well of dreams. Creation. Visions. Messages. Dissolving the veil, getting rid of a veil that makes you not see clearly. Bliss and dreams. So a well of dreams, it's an interesting concept, Aquarius. This is very pertinent to the way you are. And why I'm saying this is that you've gone through about 4, 5, 6 years, I would say, or even 7, where you have had one thing on your mind, apart from your work and a success in your emotional life. You've had this feeling of, I only love this person. Why do I have this person on my mind? I know that this person and I have a very karmic relationship. We have something. He or she has to be some form of soulmate, some kind of something, okay, a karmic relationship. Now, this well of dreams this year brings you to the realization that, yes, that was one person, and I'm missing out on all of the rest. If I concentrate on that one, which, after all these years, if it hasn't gone through, well, then what am I doing? My emotional life needs to be opened up to men, women, children, everyone that I need to give to, because that's my life, giving and extending my life and love toward them. Interesting for you, Aquarius, but I'd really like to get to the details, and to do that, I have this oracle deck called the Lenormand. That it says it's rumored that an oracle, an important oracle in France called Madame Lenormand had created it, but then there's the Germans who say no, we have created it, and so it's back and forth and back and forth. What I love about it is that it's 36 cards. They speak in a different language, let's say, from other decks, and the Grand Tableau shows all of the cards on the table. I've created this mini Grand Tableau for the end of year readings to get a peek into the following year, because I like the way they talk. I like the way they give me the opportunity. So I'm putting out the mini Grand Tableau, and I'll explain how that works. There are 4 by 4, 16 cards that I'll put out. See how weathered these cards are, poor things. Okay, now let me just take a moment to see what I've got here. Okay, now I will talk in terms of trimesters. The first, January, February, March, then April, May, June, then July, August, September, then October, November, December. The very first, you come in January, And, you know, no holds barred. You're acting like the queen and the king of swords, slashing everything from your past that is not working, frenetically talking, passionately talking about that, and getting rid of all negative energy. It is a firm decision that you make. Listen to my language and the way I'm using my tone. Aquarius, you get rid of them and those situations that no longer suit you. Amen. Having said that, life goes on. And what happens to you in the second trimester? April, May, and June, there's a lot of anxiety around matters of love. There's uncertainty. There are things hidden that you don't see clearly, but you look for guidance in terms of your emotional life. Having gone through that clearing, house clearing, everything, you have this sort of, not an unsteadiness, but you are no longer on firmer ground, because, you know, when we have a crutch, we become accustomed to that crutch. When we no longer have the crutch, we start falling. And this is when you got rid of something, there's room for other things, and nature abhors a void. And of course, you're filling that void, and you don't know how yet, and you're looking for guidance. The third trimester, July, August, and September, is quite an interesting trimester. I won't say it's the best, because the best is yet to come, but these months, July, August, and September, sees you coming into your own. You become wiser, strategizing and understanding what's necessary for you to give you that sense of support, because it's not only money, but money and finances will be the key for you to having a sense of support, even though it doesn't represent your emotions. But you know, the language of love speaks in many different ways. And for you in this trimester, the language of love speaks through money and assets. The last trimester, October, November, and December, we have an extremely, you know, a male or female, whoever, you know, whatever is on your plate, let's say your wishes, your desires, there is a person who comes in, who you meet in the public, a very fortuitous meeting. It's a very lucky meeting, and you become linked to that person. There's several levels of reading here. There's a woman who makes you meet someone in public, could be a party, could be a gathering, who you become close to and actually bond with. This is the period of the 2023 when things that you never thought possible are going to happen. Whew. Boy, I need to wet my whistle after that one. Let's go to the individual houses and see what happens. Endings and beginnings. Well, you end. You end. You end, you end, you end. You don't even think of a new beginning here, which is odd. Okay. Then we come to the house that concerns surprises. And surprises come in the form of love and your emotional life. Endings, true endings, have been strategized. Like we said, it's just endings, have been strategized, and that's that, Aquarius. The communications, the oral communications house here concerns a woman, a female who acts as a confidant or a guide, or makes you see certain things you don't see, opens your emotional life through oral communication. the house concerning your work and your livelihood sees you very passionately involved in what you're doing, and a lot of talk is going to come out of that. There's going to be a lot of exchange, even talk about promoting you, getting to you to a different, opening a different branch, going to a different, site, a different institution if you work in an institution. Then the sense of security, that's a little bit anxiety-ridden for you because you're in between a rock and a hard place, in the sense that you've got the money, okay, you know that it's like, in Italian we say, it's like your nails on your hands. You cut them, they grow back. This is how you feel, Aquarius. But you're in between a rock and a hard place, in the sense that you're in dire need of emotional security. Now, guidance, the house that concerns guidance, is extremely important, because you have a sense of security always when you seek guidance. And I'm talking about inner guidance. When I talk divine guidance, that is where your sense of security is going to come from. Matters concerning the house of the home. The home here is on public display. Your metaphorical home and your actual home will be very transparent for everyone to see. And, a lot of people will say, hey, Aquarius, your home is empty. Okay, so I'm in it, And it's curious. It's very curious, because you've got rid of so many things. And now you fear nothing. Your public life, the home of public life, is what is going to cause for concern. There's a cause for concern there, because beware of a female who doesn't have your back in public. Okay, I'll say that. It's a general reading. If you like, come in for a private reading to get more details, perhaps. Then the home of obstacles. Well, obstacles will be in the form of things you don't see coming, that are hidden from your sight, things that you're not strategizing for, the things that will pop up. That are the obstacles. Those are the obstacles. Then decisions and decision making. They all involved matters of your money, risking capital, investing. Okay. Nuisances and problems. Nuisances and problems are very lucky, in the sense that they're so minimal that they do not affect you at all. You go for the larger picture. You're in tune with what is important to you in terms of large, great decisions that you have to be making in the year 2023 that have long-standing and long-lasting effects. Something hidden from you concerns how to make a decision. Something is going to emerge, a decision, an important decision that you have to make in the year 2023, and you get it at the last minute. You don't see it coming, and this was suggested elsewhere in the spread. So remember this when it does happen, okay? And try to understand how to react to that. Then matters of written communication. Matters of written communication concern guidance. You write black on white, chatting, snail mail, written, longer communication, or emails, for you to understand what to do and how to move forward. It's interesting, this is. It's interesting because, Aquarius, it looks as though you really are a cheerleader. You're really a supporter of people who have certain professions. You go to the professionals, you go to the consultants, because you trust them, because you yourself feel like you are one. Then a male influence in your life. Male influence is the key here. Is the key to unlocking everything that occurs to you in the year 2023. both the negative and the positive events in your life. And of female influences in your life. We did point to that towards the end of your life, the end of your year 2023. You'll become involved with someone, and it is a female who will point you in that direction, or it is the female herself if you're, so inclined, whether you're a male or a female. But there is an important person who's a female in your life that will point you to love and to bonding. Really, really great. Really, really great. Let's take a look at the runes to crown your reading to see how that is. All right, we've got quite a few here. Okay. Some of these runes have not come up before. Let's see. Nice, nice. All right, we start with Diag. And Diag is a rune that talks of increase, growth. There's fermentation here. You learn. And it is good, and it's very important because it alleviates delays that are presented by other runes, and the delays are presented by Hagalas. Hagal is always talks about limitations, forces that are outside of your control, and the time is not right for. Well, these two cancel that out, and it's time for growth, right? Then we have the rune of Fehu, fulfillment. There is both financial gain and romantic gain. We did talk about that in the different houses and the very tail end of the year for the romance coming in. We have now the rune that is called Awats. It is the yew tree. It's a powerful ally. It's a protective rune. You do have protection all around you. You know that, don't you, Aquarius? Don't go slaying dragons when there are no dragons there. Just ride it out calmly because you've got real protection from the universe. Then we have Ingvats here. Ingvats talks of conclusions, successful conclusions. Bear that in mind, Aquarius, as you go through 2023, because it is only until the tail end, perhaps, that you feel relief. And it also signals a milestone in your life. You have got rid of so much, and it's by no chance that something comes to you, finally. A milestone, therefore. Then we have this nameless, faceless rune called Weird. And this is something that's faded, undisclosed. At times we're not meant to know. But it does talk of romance coming in, of strong emotions coming in. And we did see that for you. Got the last two runes. Let me do the first one of the two. This is Rido. It is a wagon. It looks like a wagon. It represents a wagon. What does that mean? Rido is a journeying rune, and you do journey, as you have seen from what I've said. There will be travel and movement, not necessarily at a physical level, but I do see you traveling. But more or less, more so, it is the journeying that your soul goes through. It's a good time to negotiate. And you're going to receive news in terms of your investments, your interests, your ventures that you are involved with. And we have Sowilo, the victory, the great, powerful rune. All right, this is my favorite. This is success. This is victory. Now, that means when you talk about victory, it's usually over someone else. You know, your victory. There are two parties. They fight, and then you become victorious. This is not what I'm looking at here. It's you against yourself, Aquarius. You against Aquarius, Aquarius, Aquarius. And you're trying to find your true pattern of life that represents something that hasn't been successful for you, that hasn't brought you to a successful conclusion of something that you want. And so, of course, you slayed those dragons, got rid of them. And it is such an important rune and such an important message, because the power that comes to you brings you to success in terms of your soul's journey. I do hope this reading was of help to you, ladies and gentlemen, Aquarius friends. Have a great holiday season and a happy new year. Namaste. Bye-bye. I'll be back.